Leeds have just won their second Premier League game of the season away at Norwich, and I'm just buzzing, to be honest. I can't believe we actually won, because at points they do not look good. They look awful, but we did not look good either. Especially in the first half, we just didn't look like scoring really. We looked like Rafinha was our most dangerous player, but then you had players like Harrison, actually no, I always call out Dallas for doing that, and I don't think Dallas did that today, but you have a few players like Harrison, probably especially, Dan James maybe, giving the ball away in positions where they really shouldn't be giving it away, and then us getting counter-attacked on and them nearly having the chances to score. But luckily for us, they didn't have the quality, to actually put us to the sword today, and we had the quality, Rafinha especially, to put them to the sword. So yeah, like I say, the first half it didn't go too well. It was quite evenly contested, to be honest, and considering where they are in the table, I know we're only a couple of places above them, but considering where they are in the table in terms of actually goals scored, especially from open play, they scored one goal from open play all season, and so yeah, it's worrying that we're not as good. Well, we're about the same as them in that first half. In the second half, our quality in terms of our actual players showed really, and like I say, Rafinha cutting inside, taking a couple of players on and scoring that goal was really what we needed to get that boost. But then, like I say, it's mistakes. We go up the other end and Shackleton passes it to Meslier. Meslier tries to pass it back to Shackleton and just passes it out of play. Just get rid of it. I know we like to play this style of football, but it's not always the right option to play it back to Shackleton there, because he's actually in a worse position than sending it long. I get it, and we should be playing out from the back, and it's a good style of football to play, and it's nice to play out from the back, but if it's not on, it's not on. And I think it's just one of those split-second things where Melier's made the wrong decision there. The subsequent corner, obviously, Omar Banamadeli, easy for me to say, manages to get a flick on and score off the bar and in. And honestly, it was Leeds are falling apart again, was running through my mind. And luckily, a couple of minutes later again, Rodrigo hits one from outside the box and Tim Krul isn't able to get there. It bounced just under Tim Krul's arms, and he should have saved it really, but we should have been out of sight in that game, given some of the chances that we had. Now, one of the chances we had early on was Dan James taking it around the keeper, and I think Hasselbank at half time, he's chatting bollocks basically. He's taken it around the keeper, and on a really hard angle, he's done all he can do. With his weak foot, he's got it on target, and it's going in the bottom corner, and Hanley gets back in time. If he hits it any harder than that, there's such a high percentage of a chance that that's going to fly wide or over the bar or whatever. He's done all he really can do, I think, from that situation. The thing I want to highlight about Dan James that was good today, though, was the Rafinha goal. So Rafinha's going to get all the credit in this goal for the way that he cut inside, took on a couple of men, was composed enough to then finish it in the bottom corner. But I want to highlight Dan James about that goal. Now, Dan James, he receives the ball from Pascal Struijk. Pascal Struijk's ran out from the left centre-back position, and he's on the left wing on about the halfway line, fizzes it into Dan James's feet. Now, Dan James gets his back into the defender and rolls him, and is able to take the ball with him, and then curl a lovely ball round the corner to Rafinha. And that can't go unnoticed, because I myself have to be fair, because I've called him out for not having any end product and not having that final touch, that final pass. He did it perfectly there, so I want to highlight that, because I want to be balanced on this channel and call out decisions of players when they're wrong and call out decisions of players when they're right. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant, and the goal wouldn't have happened without it. Some of the other things, the commentary again, I mean, I don't pay much attention to the commentary, but sometimes they're just wrong. I mean, there was 2 or 3 times where a Leeds player had run through on goal and had missed or whatever. The one where Dan James took it around the keeper springs to mind, and the commentator goes, "Oh yeah, he would have been offside anyway." And I'm looking at the screen when it's paused it, and I'm going, "Well, hold on." Their left back, Omar Banamadeli, is playing him onside, and you can clearly see that. And it happened 3 or 4 times, and it was always like a fullback that was slightly above where everybody else was, or below where everybody else was on the screen, that was playing the player on. And even when there was a VAR check for Rodrigo's goal, they were on about saying that Rafinha had blocked off the keeper's view, but he was in line with the last man, so he shouldn't have been offside really. That was a very marginal one. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Now, the clips you've seen at the start, I obviously haven't gone to the game, otherwise there'd be no way in hell I'd be able to get back home this quickly. So my mate has actually taken some video for me from that game, so I hope you enjoyed those clips at the start. And if you want to see that in future when I can't get to games, let me know and I'll get my mate to just get a few little quick videos of the crowd and the atmosphere and stuff. And we'll get that sorted for you. But yeah, it's just fantastic to actually be able to get 3 points on the board, and we really needed them, especially going into having Leicester at home next week. Now, we could surprise Leicester like we did last season at home when we beat them 3-1, but it's no guarantee. So the fact that we've got 3 points on the board here is really, really a good result. Not 100% convinced with the way we did it, like I've said, and I don't think Bielsa was either. If you watched the game on TV, you'll have noticed that at the end of the game, Bielsa stayed on his haunches for like 30 seconds after the final whistle, and he was just looking at the ground. And I think he's very frustrated with today, because on our day, we could have put them to the sword. If we'd have been playing a bit better, we could have scored 3 or 4 there. We really could, because you could see where it was opening up later on in the game. You could see where the chances and the angles and the gaps were opening up in their defence, especially with Kabak constantly charging out of defence. So yeah, Bielsa's not 100% happy with that. He'll be happy with the 3 points, but the way we played is really more what he's concerned about, because he doesn't want us to take that into the next game and say, play that way against Leicester, because with a team like that, with the players that they have, they've got so much more quality than Norwich do, that they're the sort of teams that will actually put you to the sword. So yeah, those are my thoughts on today's game, really. I'm happy with the 3 points. Little bit disappointed with the way that we played, but there is a promising signs there. We can take that into the Leicester game now, hopefully with a little bit of confidence, and hopefully we can get a result against them. So that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Like if you like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.